Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Power Podcast. We appreciate everyone for being here. I am your host, Xantavius Graham. Right now, I am sitting in the Power Podcast headquarters, and I'm not playing around. Thank you for being here. And today, I'll be sharing how my personal backgrounds, values, and life experiences have shaped the way I work with people as a future helping professional. Let me start by sharing a little about my background and the values that have guided me. I grew up in a family that valued community, hard work, and mutual respect. From an early age, I was taught to treat people with kindness and to listen before speaking. Spiritually, I was raised to believe that everyone deserves compassion and a fair chance to be understood. Those lessons have carried into how I approach relationship with others, especially in professional settings. I see people as more than their challenges or labels. My upbringing reminded me to meet people with empathy, humility, and genuine curiosity about their experience because everyone's story is unique to them. That's something that I realized when I got to college, that everyone have their own unique experiences. You know, people probably went through similar situations, but everyone's story is unique to them, you know? And so just coming from a place of showing empathy or compassion and understanding that everyone has their own unique story. I apologize. Gives me a clear understanding and lets me come from a place of non-judgment. You know, even when those moments that I want to judge the most, I'm able to block those off because I'm coming from a place of understanding. Now, another important part of my story is how my personal and family values influence the way I work with others. My values affect my work in both positive and challenging ways, if I'm being honest. On the on the positive side, my sense of empathy and fairness helps me build trust and make people feel heard. I don't rush to judge others, and I'm patient when people open up about difficult things. However, one possible challenge is that my strong sense of right and wrong can sometimes make it hard to stay neutral, if I'm being honest. For example, if a client decisions conflict my moral values, I might initially feel uncomfortable, but I remind myself that my role is not to agree or disagree. It's to support people as they make choices that fit their own lives, not mine. Because like I said, everyone's story is unique to them and everyone's life is unique to them. So just because I disagree with something doesn't mean that I have to let the client know right then and there. I have to remember that this is a human of their own. Like, this is a person who has to walk life, who's dealt with certain experiences and things of that nature that I cannot necessarily relate to or I cannot control, you know. I just try to keep my face comfortable. Even when I feel uncomfortable, I try to remain comfortable to let my clients know that, you know, I'm here for them and anything they need, I do my best to, you know, get a better understanding of how I can best help them. And of course, an important part of being a helping professional is learning how to stay true to my own beliefs while also respecting the beliefs of my clients. The American Psychological Association 2023 emphasizes the importance of cultural competence, which means being aware of one's own bias and ensuring they don't interfere with providing respectful and ethical care. In practice, that means I focus on listening deeply, asking questions to understand my client's perspective, and setting aside assumptions. I may not share every belief or experience with the person I help, but I can always choose to show respect and care. That's what keeps me grounded in both my values and my professional ethics. You know, and I try my best to not make assumptions. I actually read a book by the name The Four Agreements, and it said don't make assumptions. Rather than making assumptions, I ask questions to get a better understanding if I need that, you know, rather than just making my own assumptions about whatever my client is sharing to me. I think that it would be best if I just ask questions. So what I want to hear, I just get the answer right then and there rather than, you know, going home and thinking about what my client said, making assumptions about what they meant when they said it. I just try to do my best to just ask the question there, you know. And another way my background has prepared me for the work is through my life experiences, if I'm being honest. I've had the opportunity to work with young people in community programs, and I've seen how encouragement can completely change someone's confidence. Those experiences taught me the values of patience, consistency, and showing up for people, even when progress feels slow. The National Alliance on Mental Health 2022 notes that people who have faced personal or community challenges often develop greater empathy and resilience. To wrap up, I'll share a final thought. My values of compassion, respect, and honesty guide how I interact with others and approach helping work. I strive to balance my personal belief with professional ethics so that every person I work with feels seen, valued, and supported. Thank you for listening to my Values and Culture podcast. I hope my story inspires you to reflect on how your own background and experiences shape the way you connect with others. And that's another episode on the Power Podcast. Thank you for visiting us today here at the Power Podcast. We're at the headquarters. We will be doing a giveaway to our first 100 customers, so be sure to comment on this video, and we will be giving away some action figures of some very important people when it comes to psychology and things of that nature. So please be aware of that. And y'all have a good rest of your day.